Hey YouTube, Sam here. Well, as some of you may or may not know, I've been putting some 6-volt batteries and a charge controller and a few other things on my RV. So go check out those videos if you haven't been watching them. But part of those videos, I was trying to use stuff that I already had that would work. This is some 2-aught gauge or 2-aught wire that I was trying to use, and on this end it seemed pretty good. This is the end that I was messing with at first and had stripped off, but when I went to strip this other end, I had them cut a piece off just to kind of give me a good new end. And when I did that, I noticed this, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a chalky green, it's corrosion is what it is on there. So I had them cut off a pretty good sized chunk here, and it looked alright, but then I started kind of looking in here and it's still corroded right in this area. Hopefully you can see some of that. I don't know, but so I decided this probably wasn't the one, and I went ahead and bought another one. Also, when I was doing that, I was planning on using this one, and I don't know if you can see it yet. Again, it's corroded on this end, and this end is actually burnt. So you can tell that something, whatever this was used for, they either didn't have it connected well at the end, or and it kind of burnt it up, or they were pulling too much power through it and burnt it up. Something was not right on this. Anyhow, so that's, if you're going to reuse wires, that's the main thing about this. If you're going to reuse wires, be careful, check them out, make sure that they're going to work for what you want them to work for. They're starting to corrode, and you can't, sometimes you can cut the ends off of it and get to good wire, but like I said, this one just, by the time I would have cut it down to where I had good wire, it was just too short anyway. Another thing, wire looms. I got a bunch of these out of old cars I've worked on, or wires that were pulled out of something for some reason, and you can go to the wrecking yard and get these out. These are great for all different size wire looms. Just go to the, instead of buying them at the store, go to a wrecking yard, grab them out of old cars you've worked on if for some reason you're taking wiring out and don't need them. They're just keep a hold of them, throw them in a drawer somewhere, and then, like, if you watch my RV video, I used a few of these to try and cover up some of the wires, keep them from getting ground against anything. Another thing, no locks. As I said before on my video, this is for basically what I can have ever been kind of told about it, if I can get my words out here. If you have different aluminum and copper and metal all kind of mixing together, different items mixing together, you put this on your wires and it'll help keep them from corroding, because corrosion tends to happen more when you put two dissimilar metals together. And the other thing, the icing on the top, this stuff is cheap. It's the NCP2. Throw that on your battery cables and you won't have problems more than likely with any corrosion. I don't know what they use. I'm sure there's other stuff you can use, but this stuff's cheap, works really good. Just when you're all done working on your batteries, spray some of that onto the terminals, and this will keep it from corroding until the next time you need to use it. And something from my RV as well, the plug-in I used on my RV for the charge controller, it's the standard Leviathan or Leviton, I don't know, plug-in, and you'll see it if you go watch my video. I am very happy with this plug-in. It was very easy to use, and another thing about it is inside it actually had a little rubber gasket kind of thing, so I'm fairly comfortable using it in an outdoor situation. I don't know if that's what these were made for or not, but I've used other ones that didn't have that, to where I really wouldn't want them to get wet at all. I'd be really worried about it, more so than I am with this. I also put the no locks in there, so hopefully I won't have any problems with any of that down in the future. Anyhow, I thought I'd give this little video to you as just kind of a little tips and tricks on what to watch out for, what to use, and cheap ways of making sure whatever you do stays good and doesn't end up having problems in the future. So This is Sam, Jack of all, Master of none. Y'all have a good one.